Dallas remains one of television's most iconic primetime dramas, remembered for its fierce family rivalries, shocking betrayals, and unforgettable characters. Set in the world of oil, wealth, ambition, and secrets in Texas, the series followed the Ewing family as love, power, loyalty, and revenge constantly collided. In this video, we'll look back at the cast, their real names, ages, memorable roles, and the legacies they built, while also honoring the beloved actors who are no longer with us. Let's return to Southfork Ranch, where family battles, hidden schemes, heartbreak, and the legendary question, "Who shot JR?" made the series one of the most dramatic and influential stories in television history. Larry Hagman brought charm, danger, and unforgettable mischief to J.R. Ewing, the ruthless oil tycoon whose smile could hide betrayal, ambition, and pain all at once. Born Larry Martin Hagman on the 21st of September 1931 in Fort Worth, Texas, he was 47 years old when audiences first saw him in the role in 1978. With his sharp eyes, confident voice, and sly sense of humor, Hagman turned JR into more than just a villain. He made him magnetic, unpredictable, and strangely impossible to look away from. The character could be cruel, selfish, and manipulative, yet Hagman always gave him a spark of humanity that made every scheme feel personal. His performance became the heart of the show's biggest moments, including the famous "Who Shot JR?" storyline that turned him into a worldwide television icon. Before that career-defining role, Hagman was already known as Major Anthony Nelson in I Dream of Jeannie, showing a lighter side that proved his remarkable range. He also worked as a director and remained active in television for decades. Larry Hagman died in Dallas, Texas, on the 23rd of November, 2012, from complications of cancer at the age of 81. His legacy remains tied to charisma, fearless acting, and a character whose wicked grin changed television history. Barbara Bel Geddes brought grace, warmth, and quiet emotional power to Miss Ellie Ewing, the strong matriarch whose calm presence often held her family together through betrayal, ambition, and heartbreak. Born on the 31st of October 1922 in New York City, she was 55 years old when audiences first saw her in the role in 1978. With her gentle voice, expressive eyes, and natural dignity, Bel Geddes made Miss Ellie feel deeply human rather than simply idealized. She could be tender and forgiving, yet there was always strength beneath her kindness. Her performance gave the story its emotional center, reminding viewers that behind the wealth and rivalry, there was still a mother trying to protect the people she loved. Long before becoming a television icon, Bel Geddes had earned respect on stage and screen, receiving an Academy Award nomination for I Remember Mama and originating the role of Maggie in Cat on a Hot Tin Roof on Broadway. Barbara Bel Geddes died on the 8th of August, 2005, from lung cancer at the age of 82. Her legacy remains tied to elegance, resilience, and a performance that gave the series its heart. Jim Davis brought strength, discipline, and old-fashioned dignity to Jock Ewing, the powerful family patriarch, whose presence shaped the world around him even when he said very little. Born Marlon Davis on the 26th of August 1909 in Edgerton, Missouri, he was 69 years old when audiences first saw him in the role in 1978. With his rugged face, firm voice, and commanding stillness, Davis made Jock feel like a man built by hard work, pride, and sacrifice. He could be stern, stubborn, and intimidating. Yet beneath that tough exterior was a deep loyalty to his family and the empire he had created. His performance gave the early years of the story a strong foundation, making the Ewing family feel rooted in tradition, power, and complicated love. Before becoming known to a new generation of television viewers, Davis had built a long career in westerns and dramas, often playing men of authority and quiet toughness. Even while facing illness, he continued working with remarkable dedication. Jim Davis died on the 26th of April, 1981, after a battle with multiple myeloma at the age of 71. His legacy remains tied to strength, perseverance, and a patriarch whose shadow continued to be felt long after he was gone. Ken Kercheval brought bitterness, vulnerability, and restless determination to Cliff Barnes, the ambitious oilman whose lifelong rivalry with J.R. Ewing gave the story some of its most personal conflicts. Born on the 15th of July, 1935, in Wolcottville, Indiana, he was 43 years old when audiences first saw him in the role in 1978. With his tense energy, expressive face, and sharp emotional timing, Kercheval made Cliff more than just a rival. He turned him into a man shaped by pride, disappointment, and a deep need to prove himself. The character could be jealous, impulsive, and self-destructive, yet there was always a wounded humanity beneath his anger. Across the years, Kercheval gave Cliff a mix of humor, frustration, and sadness that made him one of the show's most memorable figures. Before becoming closely associated with the role, he had built a strong career in theater, film, and television. Ken Kercheval died on the 21st of April 2019, at the age of 83, from complications related to pneumonia. His legacy remains tied to emotional honesty, persistence, and a character whose rivalry helped define one of television's most unforgettable family sagas. Howard Keel brought dignity, warmth, and old Hollywood elegance to Clayton Farlow, the honorable oil man whose steady presence gave the Ewing family a new sense of balance after years of conflict and loss. Born Harold Clifford Keel on the 13th of April 1919 in Gillespie, Illinois, he was 62 years old when audiences first saw him in the role in 1981. With his rich bass baritone voice, commanding height, and calm authority, Keel made Clayton feel strong without being cold, protective without being overbearing. The character could be proud and firm, especially when challenged, yet there was always kindness beneath his strength. His romance with Miss Ellie brought tenderness to the story and allowed him to become more than a replacement patriarch. He became a deeply respected figure in his own right. Long before this later television success, Keel had been a celebrated MGM musical star, remembered for Showboat, Kiss Me Kate, and Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. His move to primetime drama introduced him to a new generation of viewers and revived his career in a meaningful way. Howard Keel died at his home in Palm Desert, California, on the 7th of November 2004 from colon cancer at the age of 85. His legacy remains tied to a powerful voice, graceful screen presence, and a character whose quiet strength brought heart and stability to the series. George Kennedy brought toughness, authority, and a rugged sense of danger to Carter McKay, the ambitious businessman whose arrival added new tension and power struggles to the later years of the story. Born George Harris Kennedy Jr. on the 18th of February, 1925, in New York City, he was 63 years old when audiences first saw him in the role in 1988. With his imposing presence, gravelly voice, and natural intensity, Kennedy made McKay feel like a man who was used to winning and rarely afraid of confrontation. The character could be ruthless, calculating, and difficult to trust, yet Kennedy gave him enough depth to make every move feel purposeful rather than simple villainy. His performance brought fresh energy to the series, creating a strong opponent who could stand confidently in a world already filled with powerful personalities. Long before joining the cast, Kennedy had built a remarkable career in film and television, winning an Academy Award for Cool Hand Luke and appearing in classics such as Airport, The Dirty Dozen, and The Naked Gun. George Kennedy died on the 28th of February, 2016, from heart disease at the age of 91. His legacy remains tied to strength, versatility, and a commanding screen presence that made even his toughest characters unforgettable. Patrick Duffy brought sincerity, warmth, and quiet strength to Bobby Ewing, the caring youngest son whose sense of honor often stood against the greed and manipulation surrounding his family. Born on the 17th of March, 1949, in Townsend, Montana, he was 29 years old when audiences first saw him in the role in 1978. With his calm voice, gentle confidence, and natural emotional honesty, Duffy made Bobby feel like the moral heart of the story. The character could be determined and protective, yet he was never cold or cruel. He carried love, loyalty, and disappointment in a way that made his struggles feel deeply personal. His romance with Pamela, his complicated bond with JR, and his devotion to the Ewing name gave the series some of its most memorable emotional moments. Before becoming widely known for this role, Duffy had appeared in television work such as The Man from Atlantis, and he later reached a new generation as Frank Lambert in Step by Step. He also worked as a director, and continued to stay active in entertainment for decades. As of July 2026, Patrick Duffy is 77 years old. His legacy remains tied to kindness, resilience, and a character whose decency gave the drama its heart. Linda Gray brought elegance, vulnerability, and quiet resilience to Sue Ellen Ewing, the troubled wife whose glamorous image often hid loneliness, pain, and a desperate search for self-worth. Born on the 12th of September 1940 in Santa Monica, California, she was 37 years old when audiences first saw her in the role in 1978. With her expressive eyes, graceful presence, and deeply emotional performance, Gray made Sue Ellen far more than a suffering spouse. She gave the character pride, fragility, anger, and strength, allowing viewers to understand both her mistakes and her heartbreak. Her struggles with love, addiction, betrayal, and independence became some of the most powerful emotional threads in the story. Over time, Sue Ellen grew from a wounded woman trapped in a painful marriage into someone determined to reclaim her dignity and voice. Before this defining role, Gray worked as a model and actress, and she later continued her career in television, film, theater, and directing. As of July 2026, Linda Gray is 85 years old. Her legacy remains tied to grace, emotional courage, and a performance that turned pain into one of television's most unforgettable portraits of survival. Victoria Principal brought beauty, intelligence, and emotional sincerity to Pamela Barnes Ewing, the strong-willed woman whose love for Bobby Ewing placed her at the center of one of television's most painful family conflicts. Born Vicky Ree Principal on the 3rd of January 1950 in Fukuoka, Japan, she was 28 years old when audiences first saw her in the role in 1978. With her expressive eyes, graceful presence, and quiet intensity, Principal made Pamela feel both vulnerable and determined. The character carried the burden of being a Barnes, married into the Ewing family, torn between loyalty, love, and old wounds that never fully disappeared. Her romance with Bobby gave the story tenderness, while her difficult relationship with JR and Cliff added emotional weight to every choice she made. Across 9 years in the role, Principal helped turn Pamela into one of the most memorable women in primetime drama. Beyond acting, she became a successful producer, author, and entrepreneur, later launching her own skincare line, Principal Secret. As of July 2026, Victoria Principal is 76 years old. Her legacy remains tied to elegance, independence, and a character whose heartache and strength made her unforgettable. Charlene Tilton brought youth, energy, and emotional vulnerability to Lucy Ewing, the spirited granddaughter whose rebellious behavior often hid a deep need for love, attention, and belonging. Born Charlene L. Tilton on the 1st of December, 1958, in San Diego, California. She was only 19 years old when audiences first saw her in the role in 1978. With her bright presence, quick emotions, and natural charm, Tilton made Lucy feel more than just a spoiled young woman from a powerful family. She gave the character loneliness, insecurity, and a restless desire to be seen. Lucy could be impulsive, flirtatious, and difficult, yet beneath her mistakes was a young woman shaped by abandonment and complicated family wounds. Her story brought a younger, more fragile voice into a world often ruled by power, money, and revenge. Tilton's performance helped make Lucy one of the most recognizable characters of the early years, and she later returned to the role in the continuation series. Beyond acting, she also worked as a singer and remained closely connected to fans through reunions and public appearances. As of July 2026, Charlene Tilton is 67 years old. Her legacy remains tied to youthful fire, emotional honesty, and a character whose search for love made her deeply memorable. Steve Canale brought quiet strength, loyalty, and rugged sincerity to Ray Krebs, the hardworking ranch foreman whose place in the Ewing family was shaped by pride, pain, and a deep desire to belong. Born on the 14th of March, 1946, in Burbank, California, he was 32 years old when audiences first saw him in the role in 1978. With his grounded presence, steady voice, and natural toughness, Canale made Ray feel like a man connected to the land, the horses, and the harsh truths hidden beneath family wealth. The character could be stubborn and guarded, yet he carried a strong sense of honor that made his struggles feel deeply human. As Ray's connection to the Ewings became more complicated, Cannelly gave the role emotional weight, showing a man torn between independence, loyalty, and the need for recognition. Before and after this defining role, he built a steady career in television and film, often portraying strong, dependable men with quiet depth. He also appeared in several westerns and later returned to the character in reunion projects. As of July 2026, Steve Cannelly is 80 years old. His legacy remains tied to honesty, resilience, and a character whose quiet dignity made him one of the story's most grounded figures. Priscilla Presley brought elegance, mystery, and quiet emotional strength to Jenna Wade, the graceful woman whose past with Bobby Ewing added tenderness, regret, and unresolved longing to the story. Born Priscilla Ann Wagner on the 24th of May, 1945, in Brooklyn, New York, she was 38 years old when audiences first saw her in the role in 1983. With her poised presence, soft voice, and natural sophistication, Presley made Jenna feel both vulnerable and composed. The character carried old memories, difficult choices, and the pain of loving someone whose life was already tied to another woman. She could be gentle and warm, yet there was always a quiet resilience beneath her beauty. Her arrival gave Bobby's storyline a deeper emotional conflict and allowed viewers to see a more complicated side of love, loyalty, and second chances. Beyond acting, Presley became widely known for her marriage to Elvis Presley and for helping preserve his legacy through Graceland. She also built her own career in television, film, business, and philanthropy. As of July 2026, Priscilla Presley is 81 years old. Her legacy remains tied to grace, strength, and a character whose quiet presence brought both romance and sadness to the series. Susan Howard brought intelligence, dignity, and quiet emotional strength to Donna Culver-Krebs, the thoughtful woman whose love for Ray Krebs was shaped by loyalty, ambition, and difficult personal choices. Born Jerry Lynn Mooney on the 28th of January, 1944, in Marshall, Texas, she was 35 years old when audiences first saw her in the role in 1979. With her calm voice, graceful presence, and natural confidence, Howard made Donna feel mature, principled, and deeply human. The character could be strong-willed and independent, yet she also carried warmth and compassion that made her relationships feel sincere. Her story brought a more grounded emotional layer to the series, especially as she balanced love, career, family expectations, and the challenges of standing beside a man with a complicated place in the Ewing world. Beyond acting, Howard also worked as a writer and became known for her thoughtful voice off-screen. Her performance gave Donna a rare mix of elegance and inner strength, making her one of the show's most respected women. As of July 2026, Susan Howard is 82 years old. Her legacy remains tied to grace, intelligence, and a character whose quiet determination left a lasting impression. Cherie J. Wilson brought beauty, confidence, and emotional vulnerability to April Stevens Ewing, the ambitious woman whose journey moved from sharp independence to unexpected tenderness. Born Cherie Julian Wilson on the 12th of December, 1958, in Rochester, Minnesota, she was 27 years old when audiences first saw her in the role in 1986. With her graceful presence, expressive eyes, and natural screen confidence, Wilson made April feel more complex than a glamorous newcomer. The character could be clever, guarded, and determined to protect herself. Yet, beneath that polished exterior was a woman searching for trust, love, and a place where she truly belonged. Her relationship with Bobby Ewing gave the later years of the story a softer emotional thread, while her dramatic fate left a lasting impression on viewers. Beyond this role, Wilson became widely known as Alex Cahill in Walker, Texas Ranger, and continued working in television, film, and producing. As of July 2026, Cherie J. Wilson is 67 years old. Her legacy remains tied to elegance, resilience, and a character whose strength and heartbreak made her unforgettable. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed looking back at the Dallas cast and the powerful stories behind their unforgettable roles. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your favorite character, most shocking moment, or most memorable scene from Southfork Ranch in the comments. See you in the next video.